Hello, everybody. My name is Johnny Walker, President of the Veterans Association here at USC.
My name is Vicky No, Vice President of the Veterans Association at USC. First and foremost, happy Veterans Day, and thank you for joining our Veterans Day celebration.
Veterans Day originally commemorated the end of World War I, but now today commemorates veterans of all wars. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, who served their country honorably during war or peacetime. When I was in the Marine Corps, I saw Veterans Day as a way to pay tribute to the living veterans who paved the way for me, who set an example to emulate, and who I go to for guidance, mentoring, and sometimes just to listen to their stories. There's no greater sense of awe as a young Marine than listening to World War II veterans talk about the island hopping campaigns in the Pacific Theater, the Korean War veterans talk about the freezing temperatures in the Chosin Reservoir, or the Vietnam War veterans talk about Waste City. But now, today, I am a veteran. Now it's my time to inspire the youth, to give back to my community who gave me so much, and from time to time, tell my story. Now, Suki will go over a little bit about the USCVA and other veteran services at USC.
USCVA was established in 2009 and served veterans for 12 years. USCVA was a part of advocate for including, but not limited to, Yellow Ribbon Program, priority enrollment, and veterans housing. USC continuously supports the military community. For example, Military Initiative and Veterans Resource Center has numerous resources for military-affiliated students. We are thankful to be part of the institution that is always trying to improve. Lastly, to our Trojan veterans and their families, your sacrifice do not go unnoticed, and we thank you for your time and dedication.
Now, without further ado, President Carol Folt.
Hello, everyone. It is such an honor to join you. Veterans Day is an opportunity to thank our service members, past and present, for their incredible commitment to our country. And Trojan veterans are a mighty group. They include more than 1,000 current undergraduate and graduate students. 255 students are enrolled in our ROTC programs. 440 faculty and staff are veterans, and thousands of our alumni. We honor each of you today, along with your family members and those who stood by you throughout your journey. We also want to honor the military family members who choose to attend USC or who have graduated from USC, and that includes children, spouses, and partners. Our gratitude to all of you for your service and your selflessness. This year, we also honor the centennial of the first internment at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. The internment happened today, on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1921. As part of this commemoration, the USC libraries recently digitized dozens of rare images of the unknown soldier's journey from France to his final resting place. You'll see these today, and you'll hear from Eduardo Tinoco, an Army veteran and business librarian at the USC libraries. He's been working on another project that digitizes Arlington burial ledgers going back to 1864 and transcribes these handwritten ledgers for a searchable database. Ed was in Arlington this week for the commemoration, and we want to thank Ed for this important work. Work like Ed's is happening alongside real changes taking place here at USC. This is the second year that the USC Veterans Association has an executive board member dedicated to diversity and inclusion. And our ROTC members and military dependents currently sit on that board. We also just celebrated the refurbishing of our Veterans Resource Center in the Tudor Campus Center, which I visited during the first week of classes, and I had the privilege of meeting with dozens of USC veterans. Today kicks off USC's Military Appreciation Week, so this entire week really belongs to our military service members and their families. This is a vibrant and dedicated group, and I wish I could tell you about each and every individual, but I'm just going to share 2 stories today of current veteran students at USC because they really inspire me. You just heard from Silji No, a junior studying data analytics. She was born in Korea and moved here when she was 18. After high school, she became a logistics and supply specialist in the Army and served in Iraq. Now, she's set her sights on the progressive master's degree at Marshall. She transferred here from Santa Monica College last spring, and she dove right in to the USC Veterans Association, becoming its vice president. Like other students, she is adjusting to in-person learning and to meeting other Trojans face-to-face for the first time. Silji wants to end the stereotype that veteran students may be difficult to connect with. Not true, she says. At the end of the day, we're all Trojans. Her ultimate goal is to help others. If I'm in a place where I'm serving people, she says, I'm still serving the country. Thank you. I'm also inspired by Navy Lieutenant Commander Rob Kelly, who is participating in our Masters of Business for Veterans program at Marshall. He's an Annapolis graduate whose service included 22 months overseas across 3 deployments and 2 patrols. Midway through his 11 years of service, he was diagnosed with stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma. After a year of treatments, he stayed on active duty and immediately started competing in endurance events to raise money for youth and young adults with cancer. He says, I do these things because I want my body to be ready for the next battle. It could be cancer. It could be pulling someone out of a car on the side of the road. It could be just showing my kids we need to do tough things in life and not quit. Rob says Veterans Day is a day to remember those who are willing to put their lives on hold to defend our country and to give back to those people who said, if not me, then who? Beautifully said, Rob. We wish you and all our Trojan veterans success in your next challenge, not just today, but every day. It's now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker and to make a special, beautiful announcement. Daniel J. Epstein enlisted in the Army right after high school in 1957, and he graduated with honors from USC in 1962. He later served as a USC trustee for nearly 2 decades and is the namesake of the USC Daniel J. Epstein Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering at Viterbi. He also helped establish the Epstein Family Alumni Center and the USC Epstein Family Center for Sports Medicine and the Epstein Family Plaza. So he has made contributions in so many areas. He is a Trojan through and through. He loves our community with all his heart. USC awarded Dan the highest honor we have for our alums, called the Asa V. Call Alumni Achievement Award in 2014. And today I am delighted to announce Dan's latest show of support, and that is the creation of the Rand USC Epstein Family Foundation Center for Veteran Policy Research. This is a new center that will support veterans in real substantial ways, and it will work hard to reduce veteran suicide, to eliminate veteran homelessness, and to improve veteran success post-transition. Right off the bat, the Epstein Center will take a very close look at the veteran population right in San Diego County. And it's going to determine which services veterans find most useful, and it will spotlight the gaps in veterans policy. The center is going to be run by Dr. Carl Castro, who joined the faculty at our Doric Peck School of Social Work after serving for 33 years in the U.S. Army. The center's mission is close to Dan Epstein's heart. As a proud veteran, he will always be the first to stand up for our military service members and their families. He's the founder and the executive chairman of the Con Am Group, which is one of our nation's top privately owned apartment management and ownership firms. Ernst & Young named him Entrepreneur of the Year for real estate. He is a terrific role model for all USC students. I consider him a dear friend. He leads with his life with character, with courage, and integrity, and we are so fortunate to hear his words today. Please welcome Mr. Daniel J. Epstein.
It is a great honor to be here today with you virtually celebrating Veterans Day. I have been preceded by two trustees from USC, Ed Roski and Frank Cruz, who certainly had a more illustrious military career than mine. However, I'd like to relate to you how I happened to become a veteran. While in high school and getting ready to graduate in 1957, and that sure was a long time ago, I was advised by the high school counselor that maybe I should pursue a career in the military. They didn't think I was exactly college material at that time. The Dean of Boys arranged for 100 of Beverly Hills High School's finest to enlist in the 6-month active duty program and 6 years in the reserve. All 100 of us, upon graduation, actually the next day, marched off to Fort Ord as the Beverly Hills contingent. And that was quite a happening. The takeaway from my active participation in training at Fort Ord and then up at Fort Lewis in Washington was that I really wanted to go to college, and that motivated me to apply to USC. Subsequent to that time, I have had the privilege to work through our foundation to help military families through our philanthropic endeavors. Our family foundation is involved with USC and RAND and Cal State University San Marcos, collaborating on several veterans initiatives, such as creating strategies and interventions to address issues facing veterans and military families, including housing, health, and mental health care. Also, a major interest is reducing veteran suicide and ending veterans homelessness. Recently, with RAND Corporation in Santa Monica and USC, we have conducted a study of veterans homelessness in West LA, and in particular adjacent to the VA Center. As a result of this study and recent initiatives undertaken from the Veterans Administration, the housing has been and is being expanded on the VA campus to deal with the homelessness that exists adjoining the property. It is gratifying to me that our support will make a difference in the lives of active duty military and veterans families. I have been most pleased to participate, and I'd like to conclude with fight on.
Hello everyone, my name is Cassandra Lamro, and I'm currently pursuing a master's degree of social work at USC. After graduation, I intend to become licensed and then become a deployed residency counselor for active duty personnel. I am also a United States Navy veteran. I served as a military police officer on a missile defense base in Romania for my entire enlistment. My enlistment began in 2015 and then ended in 2019. I enjoyed my time serving and made some of the best memories of my life while in. A key concept of the Navy that has stayed with me still are the core values. The Navy's core values are honor, courage, and commitment. Each branch has their own core values, and I know that many, if not all, veterans still live by them as well. Here at USC, I have felt the connection amongst the veterans who still follow their core values. Since I was overseas for my entire enlistment, my fellow servicemen and women I worked alongside with became like my second family. Since I began my master's degree here at USC last year, I felt that same connection with my fellow veterans here as well. Many of us have come from other states and do not have any family here in California. However, I have always felt welcomed and included in the USC veteran community. It can be especially difficult around the holidays, yet the VRC here and my fellow veterans have always made me feel like I have another home. I truly appreciate everyone here at USC and being able to call myself a Trojan as well as a veteran. Both communities have taught me so much, and I will be forever grateful for the connections and knowledge gained. I want to say Happy Veterans Day to all who have served, and Trojans continue to fight on.
Hey USC veterans, Steve Fleming here. I just wanted to tell y'all thanks for your service. It's just really been an honor for me to be part of what USC has been doing for the last number of years since I finished up on active duty. So yeah, real quick, I did career in the Army, finished up at the Military Academy doing some work, and ended up here at USC as part of developing academic programs for human security and geospatial intelligence. And it's just been a real honor working with veterans and those in the ROTC community, and then others that are here in the LA area that continue to serve our nation in uniform. And just wanted to tell y'all thanks. Done a lot of really fun things over the years, and have been part of a lot of cool opportunities, and certainly some of the biggest opportunities that I'm most grateful for are those that are here at USC. So appreciate your hard work, appreciate everything that you've done for us in the past, and appreciate everything you're going to do for us in the future. Thanks a lot, USC veterans. Fight on.
My name is Rick Berg. I am a professor or an associate professor of teaching in the English department.
I'm Michael Fink. I served in the military from February of 1966 to December of 1968. I was drafted 1 month out of college. My mother actually went to school here.
Mission in June of 1962, and I got out of the Marine Corps in June of 1966. Well, I came here on a Naval ROTC scholarship, and when I got out of the Marine Corps, I came back to the law school and got my degree there, and I've been very active in the university in all the years since.
So I really wanted to go to school and then really invest in the kinds of questions that were being raised at that period of time. I wanted to actually learn.
Really, for me, it was really a time to grow up. You know, I came out an entirely different person than the person that went in. There's a reason I had a job 3 days after I got out of the Army. They weren't going to not hire me, and I knew it, you know. And when I was first applying for jobs right out of college, it was like, maybe they'll hire me. I don't know. Maybe. That wasn't my attitude when I got out. And I guess they liked it.
The Marine Corps is an incredible organization to be a part of, and it just makes you a stronger person. And I loved it. I really loved it. As I said when we were talking, I would have stayed in the Marine Corps if they had given me a leave of absence to go to law school. But that's the only reason I didn't stay in. As I said, I've been very active in the university in all the years. I was president of the USC Alumni Association. I spent 6 years on the board of trustees for the university, and I've done countless things. I'm still active. As I said, I'm on the board of the Half Century Trojans. I've stayed close to the university. The university has been very, very good to me, and I've just been trying to give back. That was a great experience. I was a practicing lawyer at that point in time and a partner in a law firm, but I did very little practicing of law during that year as a president of the Alumni Association. I spent most of my time down here or in different areas doing alumni work, and got to meet lots and lots of people, got to do a lot of things. It was just one of those great experiences in your life.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jorge Chacon, and I proudly served the United States Marine Corps for 5.5 years. Enlisting in the United States Marine Corps was one of the best decisions of my life. It allowed me to develop my strengths, unleash my full potential, and bring honor to my family. I will forever be grateful for the opportunities and the lessons that the Marine Corps taught me. It was an incredible time. I developed and forged amazing friendships, shook many powerful hands, and to me, that is just extremely priceless. The friendships that I developed, I still carry and continue on to this day. In the Marine Corps, we have a very, very tight bond. And, as the saying goes, once a Marine, always a Marine. During my time, I served in Europe for 1 year, Baghdad, Iraq for another, and then in Quantico, Virginia for 1.5 years, all underneath the embassy security guard program. So I was extremely fortunate for that opportunity and to be able to be part of that program. To USC, I would like to say thank you so much for just honoring veterans. President Folt, I appreciate you for orchestrating this and coordinating this. Johnny Walker, to everyone associated with making this happen, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for commemorating us veterans. Semper Fidelis, and fight on.
Hello, my name is Lori Shreve Blake, and I'm the Senior Director for Career Engagement at the USC Career Center. As a USC alumna, an Air Force spouse, and member of the Military Affairs Committee, I am very proud to share my expertise in career management with our military veteran students, alumni, and family members. As a military spouse, I understand firsthand the sacrifices that active duty military members and their families make daily in service to our country. I know the transition from a career in the military to the civilian world is often a tough one. The career management team and I enjoy helping veteran students, alumni translate their military experience into careers outside of the military. Over the years, I led the planning and collaboration with our campus partners, including the Provost's Office, the USC Military Veterans Initiative, the Veterans Resource Center, the MBV program, the USC Veterans Network, the Alumni Association, and many more campus partners for the Veterans and Military Families Recruiting Night and the Veterans and Employers Networking Breakfast. These events brought over 50 employers from all over the country, including Microsoft, Northrop Grumman, PwC, and many more employers interested and invested in hiring our veteran students for internships and full-time jobs. The great news is that employers actively recruit veterans and truly value hiring them. Employers know that veterans bring leadership, resilience, and determination to succeed in a career in the government, private, and public sectors. I encourage our veteran students and alumni to utilize the many career resources offered through our Career Center, and also go back to those school-based career centers. I also encourage students to visit the Veterans Resource Center. I am very proud to be a member of an inclusive USC community that values and celebrates our diverse veteran and military family members who are students, alumni, faculty, and staff. Indeed, we are all part of the USC Trojan family. Thank you to all who served. Happy Veterans Day. And as always, fight on.
Good afternoon. I was asked to say a few words on an event that took place 100 years ago today in our nation's capital. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is one of Arlington Cemetery's most visited memorials. World War I veteran Hamilton Fish Jr. of New York proposed a legislation to bring home the body of an unknown American who in himself represents no section, creed, or race in the late war, and who typifies, moreover, the soul of America and the supreme sacrifice of her heroic dead. The journey of the unknown to Arlington began in France in September 1921, when 4 American bodies were exhumed from unmarked battlefield graves. U.S. Army Sergeant Edward F. Younger, a World War I veteran who was decorated for valor, selected the unknown soldier from among 4 identical caskets. The chosen casket was then transported to Washington, D.C. aboard the Navy cruiser, the USS Olympia. With the World War I unknown arrived in Washington on November 9, 1921, and lay in state in Capitol Rotunda for 2 days. On Armistice Day, November 11, 1921, body bearers from the Army, Navy, and Marine Corps transported the casket to a caisson for a ceremonial procession to Arlington National Cemetery. President Warren G. Harding officiated a ceremony attended by over 5,000 people. The ceremony took place on the east front of the amphitheater, where, as a battery cannon fired 3 salvos, the casket was lowered into the crypt. A bugler played taps, followed by the battery firing a 21-gun salute. The unknown soldier was home. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier not only represents all the American soldiers who did not return home from First World War, it also serves as our nation's monument to the U.S. military personnel sacrificed on the altar of freedom. It was my privilege to serve in the U.S. Army. Yesterday, I was fortunate to be able to place a flower on the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The flower that I had with me was a rose named Veteran Honor. Next time you're on campus, stop by the fountain in front of the Doheny Library and you will see it surrounded with Veteran Honor rose bushes. Enjoy your Veterans Day. Thank you.
This concludes our program. I would just like to take this time to thank our guests, our viewers, and President Carol Folt. And on behalf of the Veteran Association at USC, the Veteran Resource Center, and the Veteran and Military Initiatives here at USC, thank you for attending.